Hello from California, this is Sandy from Messy Paper Crafts, your number one online store with the most exciting crafting items. And finally, I have a new unboxing video for you, but as you can see, there is no box. I got so excited, I had to already present this to you. And yeah, I think Ciao Bella is one of those companies this year. They are just bringing out one amazing release after the other. And if you have a chance to check out the website, because last time we had Cabinet of Curiosities, and this release just flew off the shelves, sold out really quick. So we have a few back in the store right now. So if you want to check it online, hopefully you can still get it, unless maybe by that time you check it, maybe I reordered it again because it's so popular. So hopefully you get the chance to get one of those gorgeous paper Cabinet of Curiosities. And the other release that was also really successful is called Celestial, and it was kind of like an astrology theme, very etherical, just gorgeous. And a few came back in right now as well. So yeah, if you get the chance, check this out because they're very different but gorgeous, gorgeous paper pads. And as I said, lots of accessory. And yeah, in this release now, we also have some accessories, but it's a bit different. So this time we have these mixed media books, and the accessories, so to speak, are some stickers, and then we have also gorgeous rice paper and also some paper pads that have rice paper and vellum. And then we also have 3 junk journal and ephemera books, and they are also just gorgeous. So as I said, I'm so excited. So let's start right now and have a look at the mixed media books. So this brand that they created, this kind of under brand of Ciao Bella, they call this LuMania, but on our website you will just find it under the regular Ciao Bella brand. And this one here is called Quintessential. And the whole line says here is junk journal, collage, scrapbooking, card making, mixed media, and paper crafts related. So it's a really wide variety if you like art journaling or scrapbooking or cards and so on. So I think everybody will be really happy with these paper pads because first of all, we have a lot of cutouts in this. So especially if you like fussy cutting, then there's a lot of ephemera here. And how beautiful is that? I just think the design here is just stunning. Then on some pages here, as you can see, you have these really cool like backgrounds. Some are more designed, some are more rustic. So they all have different themes. And we have these beautiful collage girls here. And then, yeah, it's kind of vintage inspired and rustic and so on. And then here we have some little sentiments to cut out. It says imagination, journal, you are my sunshine. And then we just go through here, as I said, beautiful backgrounds here with this kind of old vintage script. Hope you can see this and the light isn't so blinding. Let's see if I can actually turn this off a little bit so you can see it a bit better. That's maybe better. It's a little bit reflective otherwise. And then here we have these gorgeous birds. Then this gorgeous background here. It's still be a bit too bright. Takes this maybe a bit down. Or actually, let me just move this a little bit. Kind of hard to say if it's too dark or too bright. I don't want that it gets reflective, but I also want that you can actually see all of those beautiful designs. And again, really cool background here with the bubbles. Another cool background here. Then we have this kind of vintage wallpaper. These really funky rustic doors. And then we have this funky background here. Again, this is called Quintessential. Not quite sure why, but maybe because it is. Maybe everybody needs one of those. And yeah, as I said, lots of cutout options in here as well. And I just love the style. I mean, it's just so unique. And we have tags here. And yeah, the great thing here is that there's really something for everybody. If you like flowers, if you like the rustic design, if you like the kind of grungy design, a little bit like Tim Holtz, or if you like it a bit more whimsical, with this girl here, this collage. I don't know, when I saw this, I was just blown away. And yeah, I really cannot wait to do something with that, especially if you're into art journaling. And sometimes you have maybe this kind of syndrome where you're in front of your journal, it's a white page, and you don't know what to do. Then here you have lots of different textures and backgrounds, and maybe that gives you some idea for different color options. And yeah, it's either a great starting point for a little bit of inspiration, or as I said, if you need some kind of ephemera pieces, then this is fantastic here as well. And absolutely stunning. As I said, these graphics here and this collage look, I think it's really one of the best releases of the year, I would say. I mean, maybe, maybe something better is still coming, who knows? But yeah, absolutely fascinating for me that they had this idea, because I think that's just such a wonderful thing to have for every crafter, really. So this, as I said, Quintessential, and we just went through 50 double-sided pages where you have 11 ephemera pages and 39 pattern pages. And as you can hear, the paper is not too thick, not too thin, 140 GSM. And yeah, it's an A4 size, just in case that wasn't clear through the camera, because sometimes it's a bit difficult to present this in the full length here, so to speak. And here we have now another mixed media book, which is called Pastime. Same thing, 50 double-sided pages and so on. So at least now you've seen the concept, so we can just go through it. And again, from the theme, this has now Pastime, so it's obviously vintage and retro themed. And we have lots of tickets here, lots of tags, lots of distressed backgrounds. And then here more tickets, travel map. Then we have this kind of steampunk related design here. I just think this text and everything with the script, it's really nice as well. Then here we have some more rust. Then here we have more things to cut out. Then here even more ephemera. And yeah, I think a lot of these books, it's really hard to make a decision, because they also really go well hand in hand. So even if you just see them next to each other, I have to be careful that you can actually see what that looks like and it doesn't melt into the next book. But as you can see, Ciao Bella has kind of different themes here, but they also work beautiful hand in hand, the colors and so on. So yeah, if you have difficulties to decide, I completely understand, because I can't make up my mind which of these mixed media books I like the best. They have all really, really great items. And here, for example, if you love vintage, the Tim Holtz look, for example, then Pastime is for you. And what I also like about this, it works for cards, it works for scrapbooks. The pages are not too big, not too small. This A4 design is really, really nice. Here, this would be great for scrapbooking because it's a bit bigger. But of course, you can always use the other side. Here you would have now a great art journal layout. Here we have some kind of gear and clocks. And yeah, this kind of blue and rustic patina. It's just beautiful. And here we have now this on the last page, where you have again some sentiments that you can cut out. For example, it says, dream as if you live forever. Hope is a waking dream. You were created to do magical things. And then we have this in this beige color, or this kind of craft color, and then also in black. So you have here some other sentiments as well. And yeah, what a great variety to have this all in one mixed media booklet. So yeah, as I said, I'm just blown away. So here we go now to the next one, and this is called Journey Ahead. And it's still within this rustic vibe. As I said, they work really well hand in hand, but here it's now a little bit more travel related. So here we have obviously a lot of great landmarks, so to speak, and some Paris themed, some New York themed, some is just these kind of old letters or postmarks. Then we have again great things to cut out from. Here it says journey, explore, these cute little tags. And I love this here. Such a great vintage look. This kind of extreme shabby chic, almost looks like coffee stained and so on. Love those. And here we have again travel related items to cut out. This is pretty cool here as well. If you need some kind of background within a background to just layer it all on top of each other, then I think this works really well. More tickets. I absolutely love tickets, so that makes me really happy. And then here little postmarks, really cute as well. We have here Australia, then Rome, for example, Paris, Big Ben, and so on. So lots of really cute landmarks. And then here again, a little bit bigger. I think this is just such a beautiful idea by Ciao Bella. And yeah, this year it's otherwise all a little bit sad because a lot of companies closing down or already closed down. And there were some other companies that, I don't know, some of their new products just didn't really excite me that much, I suppose. So yeah, when Ciao Bella came out with these recent releases, I was like, yay, finally I can do a new unboxing video because, yeah, hopefully you are as excited as I am. And again, lots of different backgrounds here. And on the last page, we have again some cute little sentiments. Either it could just be like one little word like treasured or beautiful, or here it says, for example, creativity is intelligence, having fun, broken crayons still work. That's really nice. Doubt is part of the process. Okay, that's very good because I doubt my makes all the time until they're finished, and then I'm like, oh, actually that wasn't so bad. Hopefully you know what I'm saying. Like maybe I'm not the only one that thinks the whole time, I don't like this, I don't like this, and then at the end it all comes together and I'm like, oh, actually this is pretty cool. So yeah, I guess you just have to trust the process, as they say, right? So here we have now a time capsule. I'm so excited already, flipping it all open. And again, same rustic look. So as you can see, everything works well in this kind of rustic distress theme. And here you have a little bit more color. Here it's now a little bit more muted. So again, really depends on your makes. I think this is pretty nice here as well. We have all of those different kind of like letters or envelopes. There's some kind of street name on here. So that makes really nice ephemera. Then here we have again these gorgeous backgrounds, and this is now a little bit more vintage, a little bit more muted. And this is pretty cool here as well. So if you want to create something that's maybe a bit more manly, so to speak, maybe you want to create a Father's Day card or a card for your husband or something like that, or maybe just like this vintage theme overall, then this is for you, because here obviously it's a little bit more colorful, and here you have now these rich rust and sepia tones. And then again, here we have cutouts, and I absolutely love these images. Not sure how well you can see that. So it's almost like old photographs here, for example. Wow, I wonder where that is. Maybe you buy it and then you find out. So yeah, I just think this is just gorgeous. I hope this is real. I mean, it looks real, almost like, yeah, they just scanned these very old photographs. Yeah, absolutely in love with all of those. Here we have these dials, more of those tickets, more sentiments, journal notes, memories. again, some nature elements here with a butterfly. That's beautiful as well. Then again, tickets. And then, yeah, again, it almost looks like a scan of some old document. And flowers in this more muted tone. And lots of numbers. I think that always works really well as well. If you need like ephemera, then that's really nice as well. In French, you don't say I miss you, you say tu me manques, which means you are missing from me. I love that. Oh, that is really nice. I do love that. That's what it says there. Probably didn't speak the French part really well, but I think this is just a cute little add-on that you get a little bit of poetry here as well. Then this looks really Wild Wild West. I love that as well. Then you get these nicely distressed backgrounds. And yeah, 50 pages. I mean, that's really, really good value for your money here. And maybe a bit too good, really, because it makes it sometimes a bit tough to decide. I think I would need actually 2 of these mixed media books because I have a difficult time here to even say which side I like better. They're both beautiful. So again, the crafter's choice here. And again, more little sentiments here. Trust your instincts. Let yourself rest. Make art. Nourish your soul. Real, not perfect. So yeah, they are really nice, inspirational little quotes here as well. So yeah, as I said, pretty tough to make a decision here which one's my favorite. So now we have some that are more within the tone. So as I said, this is more rustic, a little bit colorful. Here it's now called Urban Blue Denim. And the same concept, still the 50 double-sided pages. And here we have more sentiments again on this side, little tickets. Here it says, stay loyal to your creativity. It is a gift. I dream my painting. I paint my dream. Art is not a thing. It's a way. The creative adult is a child who survived. That's pretty nice as well. So again, if you're already struggling with which paper is your most favorite, now it's also a bit of a struggle on which of these beautiful sentiments is the way to go here, because again, I think they're all just absolutely amazing. And here the butterfly, this blue tint. Yeah, I think every time, okay, this is my favorite, and then I see the next one, and then this is also my favorite somehow. So as I said, Ciao Bella, they really did a great thing here with these mixed media kits, because in our store we're kind of trying to mostly focus on this mixed media, so obviously that works really well for us. This is gorgeous here as well. This little coffee scene, a bit like in Paris or something like that. Again, we have these, it's kind of like a photograph, I would think, from the Eiffel Tower. It could be also design or graphic. But yeah, this is really nice here. All in all, I just love mixed media because I find that sometimes you also see like really nice stamps, and I don't know, I love little cute stamps, but sometimes I run out of ideas on what to do with it. And with mixed media, the choices are endless. So therefore, I just think that's gonna be my favorite every day, because sometimes I just think you can just cut out things and layer them on top and use different paints and yeah, just create whatever you feel like. And the stamps, obviously, you want to maybe paint them in perfectly and make the animal rounded and super cute. And maybe one day you like that, and the other day you're like, okay, today is more of an abstract day. And then mixed media, yeah, you can't really make any mistakes there because anything goes. You can splatter, you can color. So yeah, for me, that's the fun way of creating. But obviously, if you're really good at drawing and painting, then this is nice as well. I'm just not really good with anything perfect, so to speak. So therefore, I always think mixed media. That's for me, because you can just do whatever you want here. And again, How beautiful is this paper? Even just this denim colored paper here, so gorgeous. And then so many beautiful sentiments here as well. Always choose love, prove them wrong. Your only limit is your mind. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. And here we have now the last of these mixed media books. And this is now Meaningful Memories. And as you can see, this is now a bit different because you can either leave it in black and white if you want to create something that just has contrast and no color. But what I also think is cool that you have some of these elements here, you can also color them in. And that again gives you variety, that you could say, okay, one day you just feel like fussy cutting and just layering on like, kind of like a collage style. And maybe other days you want to color something in, or you just want to be even more abstract and cover some of these areas, paint over it or brayer, and create something that whatever works for you really. But I just think it's a nice variety to have. If you like this newspaper look, then you have these beautiful pages here. Again, I hope it's not too reflective. So there's a lot of contrast here. I just think sometimes the light is washing it out, but if I take all the light off, then everything looks too dark. So here we go again with these gorgeous images. We have this kind of stamped or like stamp postmark images here as well, wallpaper, and then again these kind of book pages. Here we have tickets again that you can cut out. This is really nice as well. And this beautiful image here with a girl, again in this collage style. Now you can actually see it. And more of these little sentiments here, or here it's kind of like a dictionary where it's speaking about destiny, dream, and courage and belief, for example. And yeah, endless opportunities. Once again, if you want something that's even more muted in black and white, or if you want to color it in. So I had by Ciao Bella a rice paper similar to this, and I put it down in my art journal, and then I thought, actually everything in my art journal is kind of colorful. Now what do I do with that? So that makes no sense what I did here. Why do I put something down in black and white? And then I just colored all of this in with these crayons by Tim Holtz. So I just put a little bit crayon down and then had my finger a little bit wet and smudging it. And this way I created a lot of color, and then it was a whole different thing. So just to keep in mind, it doesn't have to be kind of black and white. You can really create whatever you want here. So here we're going through this once again. Lots and lots of tickets to cut out, backgrounds, this beautiful image here. And yeah, I think all of those backgrounds, I love this newspaper look, or here this kind of more botanical look, somewhere with butterflies, and here we have a nice page with lyrics. And again, a ton of different styles. So if you love anything with tickets or with flowers, or if you need even more sentiments, then this might be your favorite Meaningful Memories. Now, after all of that, I have even more exciting news. And we have these junk journal ephemera books. So these were mixed media books, and these are junk journal books. And again, A4. So I just think the size works well once again for lots of different things. Here we have cut and create 160 images for junk journal, collage, scrapbooking, card making, and 32 pages. And I will just show you all of those pages here. So again, some is to cut out, some are backgrounds, and some are even stickers here. So these shiny pages, I think you can stick them down. And if you love books, Did I mention this? This is called Book Lover. As you can hopefully see, lots of book theme related pictures here. This is this cute girl and the cat, and then tickets again. So yeah, if you love books, then this ephemera book is for you, I would think. Here we have again stickers and more stickers, more sentiments. So here we have even these pages here where you can cut them out and fold like a little pocket. So that's just fantastic. Then we have this book here called Wanderlust. And again, I think here you have more of this book lover vintage, and here we have a bit of a vintage but kind of journey related booklet. Again, lots of tickets. Here we have this shiny page again with the stickers. And yeah, all is travel related. And again, some are backgrounds, some are ephemera pieces to cut out. And it's somehow landmark related, a bit similar to the mixed media book. Then we have some camping related and beach related. So yeah, really travel from all over the world. I love this here, for example, with these tickets. Oops, but hard to flip through on camera because I kind of have to see that I'm still here in the picture. Then we have these really fun images, like backpacking, travel, passport related, and so on. And then again, at the end, we have these really fun things to cut out to create like a little envelope. Here, this is really fun. And like a little pocket. And here we have these jeans. How awesome is that? And then in the same size here, we have Cabinet of Curiosities, where I said that we also have the paper by this name. And again, if you didn't get the chance to see the paper, you should definitely do, because if you already have the paper, then of course this ephemera junk journal is perfect for that as well. So here we have all of those different kind of steampunk related or slightly Halloween, well, as it says, Cabinet of Curiosity. So some is a bit scary with the skull. And then we have these kind of more romantic images as well, kind of vintage inspired, kind of old school botanical with the birds. And then, yeah, again, lots of curiosities here, curious things. And butterflies and insects. And then again, some are stickers and some are backgrounds and some are things to cut out. And then again, here we have these stickers and some sentiments. And then here we have these pockets where you can create little envelopes or different things for your junk journal. And then, as I said, these are all these gorgeous books, but if you want something that's also pretty fun for your background, let me just organize this over here. We have also these gorgeous packs of rice paper. So this is what that looks like. We have this girl, then the background with butterflies, this kind of old-fashioned wallpaper, and then here again this kind of collage look, and that's similar to the Quintessential style. So here that's A4 rice paper in this kind of LuMania family. I'm not quite sure how to say it. I hope I say this correctly. And again, ideal for art journal, collage, decoupage, mixed media, and more. So either this is one option, or then here in this kind of blue theme that you've seen, we also have this really nice rice paper. And again, this gorgeous butterfly here. I hope you can see this. So in this really nice, almost shabby chic blue background, kind of like denim. And also from this one here, I believe this was called Pastime. We have also gorgeous gears, this rustic look, and a travel or like a, what's that, like a map. And one more rice paper pack where we have this here, and again, kind of vintage and retro. So this is awesome as well. And if you don't want the big size, then we also have smaller sizes. So in the same layout here, we have something called mixed media craft mix, and that's what I said before. So this is pretty nice if you want a different pack, because in here you have 4 tissue papers and 4 vellum papers, and I hope you can see this here. So again, it's just a little bit different. If you want this tissue paper that's a bit thinner, the vellum is a little bit thicker, and absolutely beautiful here as well. So I love these paper packs. And the same in the pack of the 8 mixed media. This is A5, again, 4 tissue paper and 4 vellum in this blue tone. And I think this is really nice if you just want something a bit different. That's not just tissue or rice paper. Then you have this vellum option here as well. And this one I unpacked because, again, the A5 craft mix was 4 tissue paper, 4 vellum, and now you can maybe see what the difference is here. And again, I absolutely love all these designs. So this one I had to already see for myself, which comes in handy because now you can see what's tissue and what's vellum. So the 4 pages, the first 4 pages, that's tissue. And you can see it's still pretty sturdy. So it's not like super thin. So it's really nice to collage, I would assume. As you can hear, has some thickness to it and beautiful colors here. So very vibrant for like this kind of tissue paper. And the girl is lovely, but then we also have these backgrounds here. And then here again, this with the doors from, I believe, the Quintessential package. And then here some kind of, collage background. And this is now the vellum. So if you can see this here, so this is pretty thick, so you can't quite see my hand through. Here with the vellum, you can see my hand. So I find this works usually best under white. Let me see if I have something white to show it a little bit better. But you can hear the thickness is a lot thicker. And this is what that looks like. And I think you can either use it just as a normal page, really, or you can also cut out elements. You can die cut this because, as I said, quite thick, so that would be nice. You can use parts of it and so on. And has a little bit of this nice, it's not really a sheen, it's kind of matte, but I hope you can just see that it's different. I'm not sure with the light, it's sometimes hard to say, but this is a bit more vintagey and this has a little bit more vibrance to it. And again, nice thickness. So I really love this vellum paper, I have to say. Put this on white so you can really see the vibrancy here without hopefully the reflecting. And here we have tickets. Super nice as well. And this background, and somehow one more of those. Hope this is correct. Did I count 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Somehow I have one extra here. So I'm not quite sure where this is coming from, but this has 4 vellum and 4 rice papers. And I think this variety is really fun to play with, but I really love this gorgeous design here. Probably one of my most favorite, just because I think this design is so fun with all of those different elements here. So this is nice if you want a smaller size and you want some rice paper, some vellum. But another awesome pack that we have here, that's not a bit different. This also in the LuMania realm, that's only tissue paper. Again, A5, but here we have now lots of them. I believe there are like 30 or something in this set. So if you see one set on the website that's a little bit more expensive than those, then it's this one because there are more pages here. And if you love old school letters and scripts and book pages and so on, then this tissue set is for you, because look how awesome that is. That just makes beautiful backgrounds. And again, you can still brayer over them if some of those are too intense, but I love this vintage design. And if you have problems starting on a page because it's a kind of white page syndrome and it's a kind of crafter's block, then I think this is really fun, because again, you could change the color, you can leave it vintage, you can layer on top, you can have all of those beautiful cutouts from over here. Again, it's in the same line and therefore everything works so well together. And I just love these old book pages, old documents. Oops, actually. And as you can hear, again, still pretty sturdy, so shouldn't rip too quickly, but thin enough that it doesn't really add too much bulk in your art journal. Or you could also use this for cards and so on. And again, just a great variety to have. And again, if you just see it like this, it's slightly translucent, but not too bad. So you can kind of see through it. You could probably put it under, like if you would paint something here that's light, like light brown or so on, you can still see it. But of course, the truest to color is when you just put it under or over kind of just a white page, or maybe like a white gesso or something. And then this is true to color. But yeah, not too transparent otherwise. So I think, yeah, lots and lots of options here with this package. If you need like a great design to start with, or as I said, maybe for scrapbooking or other projects. And yeah, I think all of those are beautiful, but this is really nice because it's even a bigger pack. So those were those rice paper packs. I believe that I haven't missed here anything. And the last thing I wanted to show you here are these mixed media stickers. So again, when you see that it's shiny, then it's usually a sticker, like I believe in these ephemera books. And here you still have to cut this out, like here you also have to cut everything. But what I like here is that you have this kind of look that still works with all of those. So again, in the same LuMania line, and lots and lots of different sentiments. So some have more this kind of bluish tint. Then here you have really nice calligraphy. Then here it's black, kind of great for like a journal. Then here you have little tickets. Here you have more little sentiments, let your creativity bloom. Art is where the heart is, embrace your inner artist, and so on. Here again, some cute little, a bit bigger sentiments, a little bit like a tag, like it says documented, for example, or note to self. Here we have those ones, pretty cool as well. Then those, and these ones. So really nice pack, but you have to cut them, but it shouldn't be too hard because you have here these straight lines. I always say I'm not the best fussy cutter in the world because I don't know, somehow nothing I cut is ever straight, but here I might have a chance because you already have all of those nice edges here. And yeah, I love it because it fits so well with all of those other items. And if those don't give you the right sentiment, then maybe this is the right sentiment. And of course, you can use this as a sticker, or you could also just cut it out and then just attach it with maybe a little bit of like a foam or something like that, if you want to give it a bit more dimension and so on. But yeah, those are our stickers of that line. And with that, yeah, I hope you had a lot of fun with this great new release. And remember, no stressy, be messy, and have fun. See you next time.